You see their faces? They're just shocked at how fake looking that NASA building was. So, Empress of Mars. This is, well, it's a decent Mark Gatiss script. Probably most people prefer it over Sleep No More. I do as well, even though I like Sleep No More. But hey, this was a this was a fun episode. Even though I do have to ask, this might be Mark Gatiss's last episode, and it seems like he's the only one writing for the Ice Warriors. If he carries on, does that mean he's the only one who gets to write for the Ice Warriors? Because I feel like they should spread out a bit. But hey, this was good. A decent. Well, I say a change from Cold War. It does have some similarities, like the TARDIS leaving in an adventure involving Ice Warriors. That could have been changed. I don't think really needed Nardole to leave, except to get Missy in the TARDIS, obviously. But there could have been another way to do that. But speaking of the Ice Warriors, they were really good in this episode. I like Araxa as a villain in general, and just her doing what she had to do for her people. And it's nice to see the Ice Warriors in bigger numbers, because honestly, I thought we were only getting Skaldak in Cold War, and then that was it. And I only thought we would get one. I didn't really think we'd actually get an army. Granted, we only saw about 6 max on the screen at any one time, but hey, it's nice the thought of them getting an army. But how this adventure started was very old-fashioned Doctor Who, like them going to investigate. It's like Vincent and the Doctor, where they saw the Crephaeus in the painting, they saw God Save the Queen on Mars, and they went to check. But what I like about this is they actually made God Save the Queen. It's a nice loop for the episode. And talking of which, there were some good references in there. I like how the picture of Queen Victoria was kept in universe with the picture of the actual Queen Victoria from Series 2. And Alpha Centauri. That was good. That was actually a really good idea, because Doctor Who really could do this more. And I know there'll be some people who think if this was before that story, they should be classic Ice Warriors, but I think Doctor Who could really do this, like fill in the gaps between classic adventures with the new Doctor and new creatures, because you have that ability, and this is really about the only time when they've done it, and it's a good idea. I feel like Chris Chibnall should do that more, and we should probably talk about the villains. Not the Ice Warriors this time, no, Catchlove, who seem like Lord Sutcliffe in a way. Both posh Victorians, except, well, and both power hungry, except he managed to take over when he disgraced the Colonel. Good idea for having the Colonel resolve things there, and him basically stopping Catchlove himself. But really, Catchlove was just like Sutcliffe. He was bland, he wasn't bland as such, but he was standard evil, posh. He might as well have a handlebar moustache so he could have twirled it. Because it really was basically him going, "No, you listen to me now, kill them. Yes, that's what I want." Really wasn't as impressive as he could have been. But hey, the Ice Warriors were fun, and Araxa was still. Yeah, let's talk about Araxa. She seemed like the sort of. She, as I said, was doing it for her people, and that I kind of got, but the reason the Doctor stopped her with the whole, or Friday stopped her with banding together with the Doctor and Bill, that was good. But I need to talk about the Doctor. He hasn't seen classic films, but he's seen Frozen. And worse yet, they didn't make a Frozen joke. They so could have done that. Can't believe you didn't. That was like, there you could have had some Frozen joke. But you didn't. But Missy, she's in the TARDIS now. Doesn't really come into play in this episode apart from the ending. But still fun. That's pretty much this episode. I said either in my I think I said in my Sleep No More review, I always find Mark Gatiss' episodes entertaining. Never find them boring. This is no exception. It's really entertaining. It's fun. Although I do have to say, what the hell was that NASA building at the start? That CGI was awful. But that NASA thing was fun. And I like the way Dr. Bill Leonardo just entered that building. They just entered in without giving a care what the other people were doing. And I like that. So, overall, I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. Fun, love seeing the Ice Warriors back. A lot more of them and back in force. And Mars just looked beautiful. And I like the Alpha Centauri cameo. And the fact that they connected the end and the beginning. They should use time travel more. So, next time we have a classic writer, Scotland, and Romans. That's an amazing combination.